Jack LeMangi back with Bruce Fenton. We're talking about gays and gay marriage.
We are?
Yeah, I want to talk about gay marriage. And my belief is basically they can be as miserable as anyone else who gets married in this day and age.
And some are very happily married.
Some are happily married. You're happily married and whatnot. And I was engaged at one point and that kind of didn't work out. So I don't know much about marriage. Or gay, because
I'm married to a woman, by the way.
You're married to a woman.
Incurious.
He's married
to a
woman.
That wasn't super clear by your statement.
Not gay, but both heterosexual males here are talking about gays in this sort of YouTube clip and everything. And I think they should be able to get married in every state. It's a biological thing, and that you can debate or whatnot. People are born gay. It is what it is. The guy who's cut my hair before I lost most of it, gay. Awesome guy. Albert, if you see this, you're a good man. He's married to a guy, and he's been with that guy since 1986. So that's a marriage right there. That's probably longer than most Hollywood marriages.
He didn't destroy society.
He didn't destroy society at all by getting married.
He didn't corrupt you when he was cutting your hair, put horrible ideas in your head, and make you.
No, he didn't give me gay haircuts that put gay thoughts in my head. But I think the Hollywood marriages should be abolished because those don't last like more than 2 years.
Do they degrade the values of Americans?
Yeah, they do, yeah.
All right. I say let the Hollywood people keep being married and let gay people get married. And I would say let anyone do anything they want as long as it does not harm another person.
Right. Absolutely.
What about polygamists? I say let people get married to multiple people if they want.
I don't know about that. I disagree on that one, okay?
As long as it's consenting adults making an agreement between other consenting adults who are of sound mind and body, let them do whatever they want as long as it doesn't hurt another person.
I don't want to be married.
That includes marriage, drug use, prostitution, whatever. Let them do what they want if it doesn't harm other people. Sounds radical to some, but these things are going to happen anyway.
Oh yeah, I believe they should legalize drugs. I agree with
drugs
you.
happen anyway, prostitution happens anyway.
And it causes more crime.
Homosexuality happens anyway. I mean, I'm talking to the people who are against this kind of stuff.
Homosexuality used to be illegal, correct?
Used to be illegal? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? This is a fascinating story. I post about this. I try to post it every year around the time of the gay pride parades. All right. You know what the gay pride parades came from?
What?
This is amazing. I love this story. So these started because in New York, there used to be illegal to be gay, basically. And gay bars were illegal. Okay? Incredible. New York City, it was illegal to have a gay bar, so they went underground. They had underground bars. You'd have bars that, you very secretly know, that's a gay bar. And
like speakeasies for gays.
Pretty much. It was secret. Like, you couldn't openly say you were a gay bar. It was, and you couldn't, you couldn't have public displays of homosexuality. It was illegal. But in this New York City. So, and homosexuality has been around since forever, and the Romans and everything else. So obviously it still went on, and New York was especially back then, a haven because in other cities, New York was one of the most liberal cities, probably one of the easiest places to be homosexual. But if you were gay in a small town and stuff, your life could be in danger, and even in New York, your life could be in danger. So they had. One of the clubs there, and gays used to get beat, they would be abused by cops, there was all kinds of, you were a third-class citizen back then if you were gay, and there's very little they could do about it. If they saw two gay men, the cops could just beat them, or whatever. And for these clubs to exist, it was a terrible relationship between the mafia and the police. The mafia would pay the cops to look the other way, like, don't shut this gay bar down, kind of thing. And what happened is, there was a riot, and the cops, just whatever, they didn't get their payoff. They decided to get this riot, and again and again and again, these gays had been abused and beaten and nightsticked. And this day, they said, no, we're not going to take it anymore. We're not going to take it anymore. So they fought back. They cornered some cops in the place that went to shut it down, and they fought, and then the cops showed up with more cops. It became a big riot, and then people who were in the neighborhood came out of their houses and said, hey, what are you messing with these guys for? So you had, and this was in the height of the civil rights movement, you had black activists, you had local people, hippies, non-gays, straights, all kinds of other people coming out of the woodwork saying, hey, leave them alone. And then you have more people showing up. I mean, it's incredible. And so there's this huge riot, and you had it was kind of a standoff. The cops knew that they, especially because of the corruption and everything, you couldn't just tear gas everybody and start shooting people. So it was kind of a standoff, and this huge diverse crowd. You had drag queens and all kinds of characters in this crowd, and they started making fun of the cops and singing songs and fighting back in only a way that this ridiculous eclectic crowd of gays could do. And eventually it ended, and the next day they got together and did a parade. And that was the first gay pride parade. So I love that story. I mean, I always used to think of gay pride, I'm in favor of everybody having their own choices of lifestyle. If they don't hurt anybody, great, more power to them. But I didn't really think of it as a big heroic thing. I just thought it's a bunch of people dressing up in rainbow-clad outfits and being crazy. Yeah, whatever. I didn't care one way or another. But after I learned the history of it, the Stonewall Riot is what it's called, and I said, wow, this is powerful stuff. This is the root of freedom in America. And I wrote this piece that I try and post every year for Gay Pride Day. I say, look, sometimes it's rainbow-clad gays that are fighting for freedom. We talk about the troops are fighting for our freedom and the Marines and this and this. No. Sometimes they are. Unfortunately, sometimes bad guy politicians send these Marines and other people to places where they're not fighting for our freedom. They're fighting for corporate interests. But no doubt about it, no mistake about it, the gay people that fought on that day in that riot were fighting for our freedom. They were fighting for their right to do what they did, and God bless them, because that's what America is all about. Let people do what they want. Let people have freedom. Gay marriage doesn't hurt me. Let people marry who they want. If they can find love and happiness, more power to them. But it's interesting. I'm glad you brought it up, because I had kind of forgotten about that. That is a great moment in American history. Those people should be commended. And so I support Gay Pride Parade, and so should every patriot. You don't have to be a member of the gay community, or you don't have to march in it, but you have to recognize, whether you agree with it or not, this is something that is exactly the kind of thing that's preserving our rights and making this country a better place.
So yay on gay, but nay on polygamy. Do you know why? You want my reason?
Why is that?
One chick is hard enough, let alone 9 chicks with their high maintenance ways for me to date.
Okay.
So nay on polygamy.
It's interesting, some of the religions that allow polygamy.
And when I mean chick, I mean woman. Okay, go ahead.
The religions that allow multiple wives specifically say you got to treat them all equal, which is why it's not that popular. But whatever. Point is, consenting adults should be able to do whatever they want.
Yes, okay, fine.
As long as it doesn't
do it, as long as I don't have to do the polygamy
thing. As long as it doesn't hurt somebody else.
Right.
Because my opinion might be different than your opinion, so we just
think?
A lot of different opinions. People got to be able to do what they want to do without hurting somebody else.
We agree on that one.
All right.